All right, everyone. Welcome back to Exterior Clean University. We have a special guest. We have Jeremy Lemoine with Lemoine Seamless Gutters. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, Jeremy, if you could just talk about like where you're located and a little bit about a background about yourself and your company.
Well, I'm Jeremy Lemoine, like you said. I'm right here in central Louisiana. Uh, I have a big background in construction. Uh, I was raised around, my dad built houses pretty much an entire life. So I've always been around the construction, got into it kind of out of high school. Um, Stayed in it for a while, started working out of town a lot, and started having kids. My in-laws had a oil and gas distributor, and they conned me into going work for them, get me home every night. And I did that for 10 years and wound up selling out. And I was looking for alternative. And a good friend of mine had this gutter business, and he was looking to get out of it. I'd help him a good bit on the weekends. He had a full-time job, and it kind of just worked out. I was looking for something to get into that didn't require a lot of laborers to hire. I know in this day and age, I know for sure around here it's hard to find good help. So
Yeah.
this is something I can kind of do solo or one person, and we hit the ground running. And just every year I just try to grow more and more.
Yeah, no, awesome. So you guys do gutters. Do you guys do guards and cleanouts as well?
Yeah, we do gutters, we do gores, we do clean outs, do some minor repairs, try to persuade them to replace whatever it is because usually a repair doesn't hold up.
Right.
Um, but we do what we can. Uh, and right now I got a little general liability, a little contractor's license, and work has been slowing down with the economy like it is the last 2 months. So I've been picking up some smaller projects, woodworking projects. I'm building a big pier on a big pond right now. So just kind of in and out, whatever I could do to make the monthly notes.
Yeah, no, definitely. And do you have employees or do you usually run like a small team?
I do. Actually, my uncle works for me full time. His son does a lot of odd jobs around here. So I have two good close friends that one of them does the odd jobs and the other one does electrical kind of by himself. So anytime I get a big job or I need extra hands, I just give them a day in advance, and usually they come running and they can help me. So
Gotcha.
I'm very fortunate for that because these big jobs I definitely do pull them, and we run four people. And my son, when he's out of school, he's in high school, he's a junior, so
Oh,
he
okay.
he's working every day. He's got off with me also, so
Oh,
we make it happen.
nice. Yeah, it is really tough, to find good help. I mean, that's the problem throughout the country. Finding good people is very difficult, especially in our field, in our industry where it could be like this, right? It's hard to just maintain that even flow. So, just like what you said, right now it is the slower time of the year, for everybody, for
Yeah,
us.
well, I know for us where I'm at in Louisiana, we haven't really got a good measurable rain in probably over 2 months. So it's not raining. People aren't really thinking about gutters,
Yeah.
and and the inflation of everything. Everything's out the roof between groceries and
Yeah.
materials and everything. So it's hard to afford it without a doubt.
Oh, 100%. And this was going to be my question. We're in fall now, and January will be upon us. What's your take on, are you going to raise prices with it? Like exactly what you said with inflation, it's gas, food, everything is so expensive. Is your plan to raise prices to help with that? Or are you going to maintain your same pricing that you're charging right now?
I try. I cover a big area of Louisiana,
Oh, you
so
do?
yeah. So when I travel, I do have to go up on it. And like right now, I went up a lot on probably my last quotes, and I haven't really heard a whole lot back. So I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. Everybody says, keep that bar high, and the quality of work you put out, it will come around. But in the same breath, I like a little paycheck every now and then.
Yeah,
It hurts when you don't get a fair amount of jobs. I'm used to closing about the 83%.
that's
Right
huge.
now, it's below 50. So
And why is it? Why do you think that is? Is it because of
I
pricing?
kind of went up. I kind of went up on my prices. I'm trying to. I just put a lot more money into marketing that I really don't have, but I'm trying to grow and keep a good workload. And everybody you talk to or everything dealing with is like, yeah, go up on your price, go up on your
Hmm.
price. And so I'm trying it right now, and it's not working for me, which I'll see how
It
long I can hang in there.
and that's what that's always a thing that even like I deal with as well. Like everyone, if you especially online, right? They're gonna be like, if you're not at this certain price, you're not making the profit. And the problem, and some people are gonna disagree with me because I always fight with that. Same like you. When I raise my prices, I get less jobs, I get less quotes, and that's how it is because there's always those $99 guys. Same with you. There's going to be guys doing seamless gutters for probably way cheaper than you do gutter cleanouts guards for way cheaper than you. And a lot of homeowners don't care about your good reputation, how good they want that cheap price. And that's what like I'm so big on now, like, is how, and I try to get like, especially people watching the channel, is like, there's so many of these gurus who just say, be the most expensive guy in the world. But the problem is, there's so many cheap companies out there, they're going to outbeat you every time with those cheap prices.
The big ones and the big corporations or
Yep.
big names. Yeah, you can say it because you're established. You've been in business a long time. You you raking it in. It's like you can almost do no wrong per se,
Right.
and it's easy to say it. But whenever you don't have nothing coming in and you bidding out jobs, like I said, I bid out 15 jobs, and those out of those 15 in my marketing, I haven't heard back from none of them. I'm still have my local marketing that I'm dealing with, and I'm getting jobs like
Yeah.
normal. But yeah, it's usually when you're rolling good, it's easy to say things
It
like
is.
it it's it's hard. And right now, with everything up like it is, I haven't met one person, and I guess I don't know about my clientele, but that really even care about who you are or what you're gonna give to them. They just want that low price, and
I
it does not matter.
I just want to tell you, I agree 120% what you just said. And I have arguments all the time with people in our space from anything home service, how they always tell me you got to be the most expensive. And I always say, no, you don't. Because like even with my own clients, there's job times I gotta lower I have to lower it just to get the job. And I tried being the most expensive, and they don't care about all my reviews. I'm a veteran. I'm veteran owned. I have the best insurance. I have probably one of the best reputations in my city. Homeowners don't care about anything. They don't care I'm a veteran. They don't care I have insurance. They don't care. They want to know the bottom line, what my quote says. And if you can't match to what in their head they want, you're not getting that job. I don't care who you are.
And the bigger higher end houses are
Mm-hmm.
the ones that's nickel and diming
Uh,
the most,
yeah.
and you got to kind of start a little high so they can't
Yep.
that buffer to nickel and dime you. I'm not the cheapest by far. There's a lot of people out there residential that I compete with that have no license, that have no workman's comp, that
Mm-hmm.
they don't have no skin in the game. They can go throw that up. There's not even their logo on their trailer, so they can go throw it up. And if you call them back and they don't show up, no beef to them. I got this big old logo splattered all over all the side of my trailer and everything. And like I tell them, This is my name on here. You have a problem. This is what I do every day. I don't like bad news spreads extremely fast.
Yeah.
You know, I like to keep my name clean. My review's good. You have a problem, I'm gonna be back the next day or very close to it, and we're gonna attend to it. And that's kind of my warranty to the people, and they understand. Hey, look, his name's on a trailer. I start blasting him, and but one bad review goes 100 times further than any good review.
Right. And and by the way, I love your logo. To me, it's like you're a sharpshooter, like, but could you explain how you came up with that logo? Because I really like it.
I'm a very avid hunter. I love hunting, and a friend of mine, they have a rental business, and they had the target with their name and like their last name in the middle, and it kind of came to me. And my little boy does a lot of graphic stuff since he's
Mhm.
been in middle school, and he got on there and we kind of worked together and we just laid something out, and I got it rolling, and it
Gotcha.
stands out. It's very eye catching,
Yeah.
and people remember it. I'm all over the place. A lot of times, a lot of people say, "Man, you must run 3 or 4 trucks and trailers." I'm like, "No, I'm just all over the place."
Yeah.
They see that, even though they don't read it and understand it, they still see the logo.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And kind of going back to, you're talking about your marketing. So, what do you do as far as marketing? Do you do a lot of yard signs? Is it paid ads? Like what works best for your business and where you're at?
I'm kind of in the middle with everything. I try to do as many yard signs as I can. I do a lot of local marketing through newspapers. I'm on a lot of baseball fields, basketball courts through high schools. I believe in giving back to the schools community as much as you can as far as advertising. And I just got on a marketing, I think it's TCW, or yeah, strategy, with
Hmm.
Alex Twig. He's doing some marketing for me right now, through Facebook, and what other avenues he
Yeah,
can get. And it's hard. I mean, everybody that's coming through on the social media part, they're just shopping.
correct.
Nobody says, "Yeah, come give me a quote, let's do it." And most of the time, any normal lead I would get and go see that would call me, like I said, 83% of the time they're saying, "Yeah, right off the bat," or "Let me talk to my spouse. I'll get back with you."
Hmm.
All these are just like, I got a couple more guys that's supposed to come. I'm price shopping, and when they hit us on messengers, the first thing they say is, "Don't pressure me. I'm just shopping."
Yeah,
So and it's understandable. It is hard times. Things are expensive, and a lot of people, before you get there, they have no idea. They know what a gutter is. They have no idea what a seamless gutter is, and they already put a price
yeah,
on that project. So you're either going to be way, way high or super low, and they'll be satisfied. But not too often you're on the low end of it.
oh, I
They
know.
just realistically think, I just want one gutter for the back of my house, and it's 20 foot with a downspout. Oh, it can't be more than 100, $200.
Hmm.
Well, I'm going all the way out there. I'm going to see you. I'm covering insurance. I'm doing everything. I try to keep a $250, $300
Minimum.
minimum on most jobs. And a lot of them understand, but for the most part, a lot of them are like, "Are you going to charge me what?" And they
Yeah.
kind of flip out. And
How long have you been in business for?
my business has been up and running for 7 years.
Okay. And numbers wise, how are you doing this year versus previous years?
I haven't really followed it this last quarter. I hadn't. It's my numbers are fixing to come up. I don't keep them up monthly. I keep them up quarterly, and it was the first three were really good,
Mhm.
and this one it's gonna probably be a record low.
Okay.
I
And
just
for someone trying to get in the gutter space, gutter installation, gutter guards, gutter cleans, What is, because online, right, they always give numbers that how to make $100,000 in 2 months, which maybe that's possible, but in all reality, probably not, right? Like it's what are some like real numbers that you could give someone who's trying to get in this space that they can make? And then, gross and then profit. Because at the end of the day, I don't care about gross, it's
That,
all about profit.
and that's really hard to get into. I the guy I bought my business from, a very close friend of mine, he was doing really well just on the side,
Okay.
not really staying busy. You can net 100 grand.
Okay.
Depending on what you charge is going to be a profit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your materials, some people are way up there, and some people are satisfied with making just those couple dollars extra
Mhm.
and doing the smaller jobs. Uh, there is profit. It is a very profitable business. It's a very good business, but it's a very, I'm not gonna say cutthroat, because when the pandemic came through, that was my most busiest time. Everybody was home. They were tending to their stuff. They were spending money around their house. They were taking care of things that they never thought of. You didn't have to uh, converse with them, so you can you can give them a price. You can go do the job. It wasn't one on one, so they felt safe. After, what had happened was, around my area, all these guys in these plants, they got laid off. There's a lot of people around here. I live in a rural area. There's not a whole lot going on. It's not a very big population. So I got to travel an hour north, hour south, hour east to get to a major metropolitan area to make money. And all the people around here that was traveling, that was working away on turnarounds and plants and everything, they stayed home for, say, a month. Well, they started liking that life. And they're like, I'm looking to open up a business. So people started buying pressure washers, buying lawnmowers, buying gutter machines, buying saws, opening up a little remodel job. So in my area, it flooded the market. I went from me and another guy in my area for the last 7 years, and in a 30-mile radius from where I live, there was 7 machines 2 months ago.
Gee.
You know, kudos to you. I there's nothing you can do about it, but it's just the way the market hit. And these guys are learning. They shoot off the hip. They coming in, and they giving rock bottom prices. A lot of your loyal people that know you do good quality work, that it's an average price. They'll call you. They won't shop. They won't do nothing. But when you get in these major cities, they get on the internet and they're gonna get as many numbers as they can. They're gonna get as many quotes as they can, and you just got to be in that ballpark and sell a good game. It's all about the selling, the marketing, the selling, get in front of the customer's face. And lately, I've been noticing, I thought I could talk a good game. I thought I was an excellent salesman, but it's all about the price right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see other people come from out of state and play this game right here in Louisiana right now, because it's nothing. It's not like none I've ever seen
Wow.
at all.
Yeah, no, same likewise. Now before, like when I was doing this, there was still, because I'm in Charlotte, so it's a big city.
Right.
But now it's exactly what you said. From COVID, the the competition has just tripled. It's just, and there's nothing you can do. It's like, well, it is what it is. And then they're like today, actually a good I did a quote, and this was for gutter cleaning, and I would thought I was cheap. And then the guy he texted me with a quote from a company I know, literally fit half of my quote. He's like, can you match this? And I'm like, no. And and this was a $3 million home, 5,000 square foot house. I mean, three stories. It's a big job. And yeah, he didn't care. I had insurance, all this stuff, and he didn't hire me. So it's like, and where do you see you like going into the next year? what kind of changes or kind of changes can you do to your business to are you gonna tweak anything or are you just gonna kind of just keep doing it? Like what do you see?
I'm dumping money into marketing, digital marketing, Facebook. Alex actually does it all for me. Facebook and Instagram and all the avenues that
Yeah.
supposedly get a bunch of eyes that people are browsing on. I'm trying to amp up my Google review, but really and truly, it's crazy because I'm gonna say probably 75% or more customers that I go to do not have a Gmail. And without having a Gmail, you can't send them an invite to give you a review
Hmm.
because they don't have no skin in the game. So it's hard to get reviews when
Yeah.
nobody has no inkling of Google, but that's the first place they go to look up a review before they
Yeah.
buy something. So I'm doing my best trying to get more reviews and just getting my marketing dialed in to where everything's working for me. It's not right now. I'm hoping I'm hoping to get it going my way because I know how it is when it is good and it's good.
Yeah.
And right now it's all the years I've been in business. This is the last 2 months been the scariest. I put it to you that way.
Have you ever thought about doing Christmas lights? Because I know so many uh
They
gutter guys
they
have done.
I talked about it and I looked it up and I was kind of interested in it a little bit, but people don't even want to spend money on a gutter right now. I don't think, in
Yeah.
my market, they don't even want to spend the money on a gutter. So the Christmas light thing. Now I did look in, and I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but I don't know if you ever heard of trim light. It's
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
permanent lighting around the house.
Uh-huh.
It's expensive, but it's permanent.
Or landscape lighting.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to. I just want to get. I want to concentrate more and get the gutters back up. I just dumped 2 years ago. I don't know if you ever heard of roof rejuvenation.
Yes, I have.
I dumped a bunch of money in one of the bigger marketers of the roof rejuvenating,
Hmm.
and I lost big time.
Really?
It costs a lot of money to market it, to educate the people of what it was, because
Hmm.
to them it's a snake oil. You
Yeah.
can't see it. It doesn't. You don't know if it works. You can't see it if it's applied. It's to them around here. Nobody wanted to pay for it. Whenever you tell them, they thought it was kind of like a soft wash job. You go over there and
Yeah.
25 cent, 30 cent, whatever.
That's what I thought it was. This more of a just a soft wash job as well.
No, it's around the low side 65, 70 cents to the high side dollar
Woo!
square foot, but you get a 5-year warranty with it.
Mm.
And other states, they got involved with the insurance companies, and insurance companies were backing them up. So that was a kind of a win-win. I pushed for 6, 8 months on all the insurance companies around here, trying to get them on board, help me out. It's a proven product. It works. I did my roof. I did probably 60, 70,000 square foot of roof, but it wasn't enough. Those it's a dealership you buy into. It's not a franchise, but
Mm.
you still had a monthly payment if you didn't meet your quality tote. So there was always a big chunk of change coming out every month, and I just couldn't keep up with it. It was too much in the marketing. Now, in another 3 years, it's going to probably be a common household thing that everybody's going to know, and the insurance company's going to tell you, after 7, 8 years, if you don't spray your roof, we can't keep it insured. But I sank in it, so it wasn't for me, and I lost a lot of money in it, thinking I was going to sell it easily because I was next to a roof every day. I was doing gutters, and I saw these roofs nowadays breaking down twice as fast as they normally did 10 years ago. And it just it was one of them dice I rolled, and it didn't work out for me. So that's really what's hurting me the most right now, trying to get back into spend. If I would have just took that energy and that my mindset and put all that money in my gutters, I would like to think that, it would have worked out for me better, but I was thinking broader.
Right.
So now I just understand I just need to stay in my lane. Gutters are my thing. I like doing them. I know where I'm at. I could sell them. So,
What do you like better, the gutter guards or gutter installations?
oh, gutter installation.
Oh,
I
is it?
don't really, I don't really do that great with gutter guards. I can't sell them real high because they don't want them, and I do like the mesh with the PVC coating
Yeah.
on it, like
Hmm.
the black,
Yeah.
and I'm not real fond on them because you explain to them it's not a maintenance free program. It's
Correct.
just going
It's
to help
not.
you out. Still need to maintain them once, probably twice a year, depending on what kind of trees you have. And they don't. I mean, they call you back and everything's broke down. And you got to start popping them out to clean the gutter. And
It's
it,
a it's yeah, it's a lot of work.
um, I pull out anything in Louisiana that I witness that has a screen on it, like leaf filter, that
Hmm.
has a tight woven actual screen, does not work. Because when we get rain, we get it all at one time. So it rains hard. 75% of the time you don't get it like a little shower or whatever. It's like a pour down rain. And it scoots right over that screen, and it's like you don't even have gutters on it.
Mm.
I've taken off a lot of them and stacked them on the side and put them the wire. The wire is, you get the best out of it. It's not super expensive.
Yeah.
It's fine enough to keep the leaves and all out, but it's not too fine to where the water goes over.
Yeah, cleaning them when they have guards is no fun because you gotta take the screws out and it's way more. And like for me, if they have guards and I have to unscrew, I trip my gutter cleaning. I just 3x it. So if it's 200, it's 600
Right.
because it's a pain. B- what what would you say, and this comes, you're an entrepreneur. How how do you handle it, the mental mindset? This is the thing that no one ever talks about. How everyone talks about the glory sexiness of being a business owner. Nobody talks about the struggles, the mental toughness it takes. Like right now, like exactly how you said, right now it's slow. And I guarantee you, for you mentally, you're like, what am I doing wrong? Or how can, because I feel the same exact way sometimes. Like, how do you overcome the mental toughness when you feel alone and you're like, man, this is hard?
You really don't. And there's always a time you doubt yourself. You know, I'm saying you doubt yourself just financially in the back of your head, or a job. Man, did I put in enough for it? I should have did this, should have did that. But when you high, when everything's going good and you're making really good money, you you kind of don't think about it as much. But like right now, when it's low and you're just trying to get what you can to survive, I'm saying I'm building stuff. Uh, I'm doing other little things that kind of presented itself to me that I'm trying out, small things, and it's just because I'm keeping my eyes open because I need to work. So it's a dog eat dog. Without, if you just keep your blinders on and you say gutters, 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 I'm just gonna spend all my money and up my marketing or do this and do that. You still need that revenue coming in.
Correct.
And like right now, it's just so low. It's scary. You wake up in the middle of the night, you're thinking of numbers, you're thinking of bank account, you're thinking of this credit card is fixing to come in, or my materials, and I got to order this, I got to do that, and them numbers are always going through your head, whether you're making it or you're not making it. Those numbers are all in your head, and you're always not stressed, but you're always thinking about something business related.
Oh yeah. My wife, she's always like, because in the middle of the night, I'll just start like, I can't sleep, and then she'll be like, "You're thinking about business." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, and because that's the thing where I feel like people just never talk about online. All people only talk about how to make six figures quick, how to make money. No one talk like, to me, I've done college, I've been in the military, like I've done a lot, and owning a business has been 100 times harder than anything I've ever done in my life. And it is, and you have to approach it every day because it's when you're like, oh, my business is fine. That's when it could sink, you know? So, like, I never feel, even when I'm having those big months, like you said too, like, I'm always like, how can we sustain this? How can we grow? So, it's just a thing. I don't think it ever stops. You're always
You
going to
you
be.
you have to want it. I've talked to a lot of people in different aspects of life, and it's like, man, why you don't open up your own business? He says they'll tell you, I don't want that responsibility. I
Yeah.
want to be able to wake up in the morning, show up at work, get a paycheck, and I'm fine with it. Which that is totally fine. Sometimes I kind of think about like, man, that'd be nice to go back and just get a paycheck every
Yeah.
week, you know. But on your highs, it's I guess kind of an addiction. On your highs, you like, man, I'm doing really good. I put the work in, so I'm getting the gratitude of what I overcome. And the lows, it's like, oh my God, I got employees, they got families to feed, they got, so you got to step up and just take whatever you can or do whatever you have to do to make that month and make some money and keep everything rolling.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And I just wanted to say I appreciate you being here and your time. And the last thing I would ask is for someone starting a new business or someone maybe they've started their newer in their entrepreneurship, like what any words of tips or golden nuggets you could give to kind of maybe help motivate somebody to keep going?
Just do your homework. Just know the field you're going into. Know the good and the bad of it. Like when it can be good, it can be good. When it can be bad, it can be bad. For instance, like me, it was great. There was only two machines in my area for X amount of years, and it over tripled. You know, overnight. It felt like so. Depending on what line of work you're in, I was always told a lawnmower, a pressure washer, and other small things, anybody can go buy and start a business. So kind of deviate yourself if you can in that type of line of work. If you do winter cleanup, if you do pressure washing, set yourself up with the state of the art or the best equipment to do your job, because somebody else that wants to come in behind you won't have that type of equipment, and you can deviate yourself from them and distinguish high and low as far as your income or the setting the bill on the quote, the estimate, whatever you want to call it, on the job. There's, like you said, running a business, there's no answer, none. Right now, it don't matter what way you go, how you do it. You can show up in a car pulling a ladder behind you. If you low, they're gonna let you jump on that roof and clean their gutters or put their gutters. You know, they don't. They probably don't even care if they're seamless right now, just as long as you have the lowest price.
Oh yeah.
And that's just the market we're in right now. I'm hoping that it will turn around. Uh, I'm just staying in the game and doing what I can do to make a dollar. And I'm not shortchanging anybody. I'm not gouging anybody. I can only go down so much because I have my bills to pay, my insurance,
Right.
and I'll never not do quality work. And that's the number one thing whenever you go into business is to make sure you do quality work. Whether it gets you, whether you bid a job or you don't even have the money in it, instead of just going in like, man, I didn't put in for this. Don't worry about it. Just turn your head and not worry about it. That's not the right way to do it. Do quality work and it'll come back and it'll twofold. It'll help you out.
No, no, absolutely. Cause, and sometimes like we'll do jobs and just the prices maybe I didn't want to do, but we do a good job and then they tell their friend. And then, and as you know, free leads, man, that's my favorite. I don't have to
Oh yeah.
pay. So, and then it's like that is always the thing. And you never know who's watching, right? Because especially what you do with seamless gutters, which look awesome. Uh, you do that person And I mean, you're gonna notice some. Maybe their neighbor's like, man, oh yeah, Lemoine Seamless, boom. There you go. That's just a job right there.
And honestly, nowadays, even if it's an old couple, do them a good job because their grandson might come in a couple of weeks for Christmas or whatnot. Have a drone, fly the drone. It's like, look, I'll show y'all what they look like from the aerial view.
Hmm.
So you can never just say, oh, nobody will see this and throw something together. And I had a 70-year-old woman ask if she can climb up the ladder because she just didn't understand how the corners went together.
Hmm.
Didn't deny it. I helped her. I climbed the ladder. I said, I don't have nothing to hide. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm doing you a good job. And
Yeah.
she wanted to see. And
Yeah. No.
nowadays, it doesn't take much. Like I say, with drones or anything else, anybody can look at your work.
Right. Which I need to buy a drone. That's one thing. I have a GoPro, but I'd rather get a drone.
Do you use Skyvac or anything?
Yeah, I do.
Or they good? They
Depends on the job. It
Because I
depends
see a
on the
lot of
job.
jobs that I don't think they would actually work for me.
Mm.
I talked to a couple of dealers. I was looking at getting into it, and for the amount of
It
money,
it
I
depends on
think
the
you can't in
job.
areas.
Yeah. Half the jobs we use them, half we just go on a ladder and you do it by hand. But yeah, Jeremy, thank you so much for your time, and I hope it'll turn around.
Oh
But
yeah,
I
oh yeah. You
appreciate
gotta
your
stay
time.
positive. You gotta keep your head up.
No, definitely. But
So.
thank you.